How are you doing? It's Sunday afternoon at the moment. I'm currently at work. I've actually finished work. I just have to wait for my time to be up so I can clock out, basically. But yeah, I thought I would, since I'm sitting here doing absolutely nothing, I thought I would do a real quick little update video and show how the septum is healing up. It's taken a little while to get there still. It's still a little bit tender, particularly around the bottom here. You can see quite well there. That sort of slight discoloured bit, that's the thin spot. It seems to be okay. It doesn't seem like it's getting worse or anything, but it is still a little bit tender. It's taking a lot, not a lot longer, but it's taking longer than previous stretches have taken to heal up. I'm not sure where the microphone is. I haven't covered it up with my hand. Not entirely sure. But yeah, it's taking a little bit longer than previous stretches have to heal up. And I'm putting that down just to the sheer size of it, because the thing I've noticed the last few stretches especially is as it's healing up, it heals in stages. Oh, sun coming over from one side. Try that. It sort of heals up in stages. So it's been healing up around the top here, and then as the tissue settles more up here, it makes the tissue further down slightly move and readjust. And so it sort of slowly works its way around in discomfort. And excuse me, my nose is a little bit crusty. So I still can't wash it properly at the moment just because it's a little bit tender. You can see there, ever so slight discoloration, that's where the thin spot is. So obviously I'm keeping a very close eye on that. But yeah, so it basically normally seems to start up here. As this bit heals, the tender spots slowly move around. And it's actually now quite tender at the back here, which is normally seems to be the sorry, I'll try and find a position where I'm not getting too much glare from the light. So that it seems to be normally once this bit around here is healed, then then it's more or less set and settled. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. But yeah, I thought I'd have a show you real quickly. Yeah, lots and lots of dry skin still. But it's definitely better. It's definitely a lot better than it was. It's just still a little bit tender, I feel, about with it. Like I say, you can see you can see quite easily in this light where the thin spot is just around there. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. It should be okay. Some random person walking past the truck. It should be okay. I'm parked in the absolute middle of nowhere and some random person walked past. Fair enough. What was I saying? Yeah, it should be okay. I'm not concerned about it. It's not getting any worse, and as soon as I start actually sleeping with it out again, because I'm still keeping it in as much as I possibly can at the moment, just because it's still, like I say, it's still quite tender to touch it and fiddle about with it, and I'm worried if I fiddle about with it too much, it'll just aggravate it more and make things worse. But once I get back into a routine of being able to sleep with it out again, it'll be empty for a fair portion of the day, and that will allow lots of the blood to flush around the tissue and help it to strengthen up and thicken up again. So I'm not too concerned about it. Obviously I am keeping a bit of an eye on it, but I'm not massively concerned about it. And yeah, fingers crossed I will finally actually reach the 30mm mark as well. So it's so close now, it'd be a shame if I never got to 30. But we'll see. I'm fairly confident. It will be a long time before I stretch again. I want to get all the various holidays and things I've got planned this year out of the way first, and focus on stretching this conch off a bit. But yeah, so yeah, I'm not 100% sure when I'll be getting more videos back into a regular routine of making videos, because as I said, this is Sunday, and it's up until now Sundays were days we don't work, but they've changed everything where I work at the moment. They've completely redone all the shifts, and they have different people doing slightly different things. I now work every Saturday and Sunday, and I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. So it's just a case of getting into the routine of that. And then over the next month, I have a number of random little things coming up. In the middle of February, I have I'm going to a small 2-day festival in Birmingham. I think it's just 2 days. So I'll be away for half a week for that. Then obviously at the end of the month is my wedding. I can't believe it's actually this month. It's come around very quickly. So yeah, literally this month now is our wedding. So that'll be another few manic busy days. Then into March, the second week in March, the week beginning the 9th, I'm actually finally doing my going to attempt to do my Class 1 license, or CE, C plus E, whatever it's called now. Actually going to be attempting to do that. That'll be my first attempt at doing that. I already had a 1-hour driver's assessment with it, just so the instructor could see how I get on adjusting to driving an articulated vehicle rather than just a rigid. So I've already done the assessment. That went all right. No major issues as such. It's just going to be a case of getting used to it. Obviously, it feels a little bit different driving them. This is just going to be a case of getting accustomed to it and that. So hopefully that won't be too bad. Touch wood, I'll actually pass and I won't have to go through it again, because it's certainly not cheap, and I don't have many holiday days left this year either. So yeah, so that's the 9th of March for that week, so the second week in March. Then the following week after that is then it's actually my birthday. Not that I'm celebrating my birthday, but out of pure coincidence, there's actually a small festival in Great Yarmouth, which is, I think, just over an hour's drive from where I live. So me and Anna have booked a couple of days off to go up there. It's sort of not really celebrating my birthday, but we're using my birthday as an excuse to go there. So that will be in the second half of March. So yeah, over the course of the next sort of about 8 weeks, I have all sorts of things going on. So I'm not going to be able to be in a perfect routine of uploading videos, but I will try and make a few more. I'll try not to let it slide. I might do a couple of little random videos while I'm out and about doing different things. And actual mod-wise videos, I will make a couple of the videos about like I said, the questions that I get asked regularly, plus the question about the popularity of modifications and how it's changing. I actually thought that's a really interesting question. I thought it was a really good question. I've got a jogger running past now. Anyway, sorry. I thought that was actually a really good question, a really interesting question. So I will I'll put a little bit of actual thought into that and give a good answer, hopefully in a week or two. Just like I say, whenever I actually have a bit of spare time to actually do that, so that'll be alright. Mr. Jogger running past. Dude in yellow, don't even see him. I think he's already gone. So yeah, I'll get that done, and I will try and get the next couple of my future modifications planned done. Now that it's getting a little bit lighter in the evenings, it gives me a bit more time to actually get videos sorted out. Because normally those particular videos, I would prefer to do them when it's actually daylight, so I have a bit better light. And the next one will be my just the addition to the previous one, the hand tattoo video. Because I think I have a feeling that'll actually be surprisingly long, a lot longer than I would have initially expected. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like that's actually going to be quite a long video. And following that, I will start the, I think it was heavy modifications video. I wrote down a whole list of the different ones I wanted to do. I think altogether it's going to end up being about 8 different videos altogether. I've done the first 4. Have I? 4? 3, 4? What was it? Ears, nose, other piercings, and tattoos. Non-hand tattoos. So yeah, I think it's going to end up being 4. Because it will be the the hand tattoos, the addition to the other one. And then, oh god, what was it? Yeah, I think I'm going to break the heavy modification video into 2 separate parts, because again, I think if I put that into one video, that would actually be really, really long, because there's all sorts of random little things I'd love to try. So that might be split into 2. And then there's a the experimental, the stupid piercings sort of thing. I've had these random ideas over the years for all sorts of different daft little piercings I'd be curious to try, but they are probably a bad idea, and as a result I probably never actually will do them. But I thought I'd just include those in their own video as a bit of fun. And so that's 4, so 5. The 5th video would be talking about eyeball modifications. Again, that's another thing that I don't know for certain I ever will follow through with, but there's a handful of different modifications you can actually do to your eyes, and they are things that I would be interested in potentially trying someday further down the line. But again, eyes are funny things. I don't know how comfortable I am doing stuff to my eyes, or having an artist do stuff to my eyes, just because, I mean, obviously sight is a very important thing, and should something go wrong, you can have some real serious issues. That should be obvious, but again, that'll be another, like the unusual piercings video, I guess. It will be a more of a thought video rather than these are things I'm 100% going to do. But yeah. So yeah, that's just a random little nonsense video for now while I'm sitting here in my truck waiting for the end of my day to clear up. So the only reason I'm doing this is just because being an actual staff employee, I have to wait out the end of my hours, and I've done absolutely everything. I've washed all the trucks in the yard, I've done all my deliveries now. Just finished my last delivery, I'm now sitting here. And yeah, the guys who work through agency, they can just clock out and go home, and they get paid for a full day's work, no matter how many hours they've done. But I literally have to sit here and do my absolute minimum hours, even if it just means sitting here doing nothing. It seems like a waste of time, but is what it is the rules. So yeah, anyway, enough waffling on. I say hopefully the septum will be fully settled down in the near future, so I can start the usual process of straightening it up again. And yeah, I will try and get more substantial videos up as and when I have the time. So yeah, hope you're all doing well. I'll speak to you all soon, and ciao for now. Bye.